Welcome to the Virginia Association for Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers Virtual College Fair. Thank you very much for joining us today. Before we get started with our presentations, just a few quick housekeeping items to go over. The first is that attendees are welcome and encouraged to ask questions to any of the panelists at any time utilizing the Q&A feature. Also, just a reminder that your video and microphone are off, so the panelists will not be able to see or hear you. And there are two other blocks of sessions today, so please do feel free to sign up for those if you haven't already done so. And about 1 week from today, a recording of this session will be available on that same registration website. Without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and introduce our first panelist, which would be Florida Southern College.
Awesome, thank you. So let me get my screen shared and perfect. I hope everyone can see. Can you see the presentation itself, not the PowerPoint?
Yes, looks good.
Awesome, cool. So my name is Leanne Williams. I am the admissions counselor who works with students from Virginia. And let me get started sharing a little bit about the school. So starting with some basic information, Florida Southern College is located right between Tampa and Orlando in the city of Lakeland, Florida. We were founded in 1883, and that makes us one of the oldest private colleges in the state of Florida. In terms of campus population, we're about 3,000 total students. 60% are coming from the state of Florida and 40% are coming from out of state, representing nearly all 50 states as well as 50 international countries as well. In terms of academics, we've got 70 different programs of study as well as 16 pre-professional tracks, and those are across 5 different schools. Our most popular majors include marine biology and biology, business, nursing, and anything in theater or performing arts. We are a liberal arts college at our core, so you are going to get a well-rounded degree no matter what you choose to major in. Regardless of what your major is, we place a very heavy emphasis on engaged and experiential learning. So that means that we believe in the power of learning by doing and immersing students in their field of study as soon as possible. We're able to offer this engaged learning experience in part because of our small class sizes. The average class size is about 18, and our student to faculty ratio is 14:1. We're also very proud that all of our courses are taught by the professors themselves to ensure that our students are learning from the experts in their field. As an extension of our 3 guarantees, we also offer, as an extension of our engaged learning experience, we also offer what we call our 3 guarantees. The first of which is a guaranteed study abroad experience. We've got several different options for studying abroad, but our most popular program is something called the Junior Journey. That is a 7 to 10 day trip that takes place over school breaks in either junior or senior year. Students are receiving course credit for this trip, but the best part of them is that they are very little to no additional cost to FSC students. We offer both international as well as domestic trip options, and you're able to go on whichever trip is the most interesting to you. You don't necessarily have to go on the one that is affiliated with your major. We guarantee internships to all of our students regardless of major, and this is super important because the majority of employers are looking for new hires with experience. So completing an internship is a great way to make sure that you're getting that experience before finishing your bachelor's degree. Students have the options to do internships right here in Central Florida during the school year, or if they have an opportunity closer to home or elsewhere over breaks, we welcome that as well. And then finally, our last guarantee is graduating on time. We're able to offer this guarantee because in addition to, everything I've already shared academically, our professors double as your academic advisors, and students meet with their advisors several times per year to make sure you're staying on track for graduation. We're also very transfer credit friendly, so you may be coming to college with some college credits already under your belt as well. So to summarize everything I've shared so far, these academic opportunities are important because they translate to post-graduation success. About 97% of our students report that they've achieved their post-graduation goals within the first year of leaving FSC. About 1/3 of our students go on to some type of graduate program, and the remaining 2/3 enter the workforce. So, outside of academics, we very much pride ourselves on being a campus community. Students are required to live on campus all 4 years, and we offer 16 different housing options on campus. But kind of the flip side of that is we guarantee housing all 4 years. Most students love living on campus because they love being right in the heart of the action, both academically and socially. Speaking of, social life on campus, we have a ton of ways to get involved, connect with classmates, and show your school spirit. In terms of athletics, we have 20 NCAA Division II athletic teams and several opportunities to participate at the club or intramural level athletics-wise. We also offer over 100 different student clubs and organizations, ranging everywhere from Greek life and campus ministries to special interest groups, such as the FSC Cat Enthusiasts, which is kind of the unofficial admissions office favorite club at FSC. So now that we've talked a little bit about Florida Southern, kind of into the mechanics of how to apply, we make it as easy as possible. It's 100% free to apply no matter how you do so, and our application is available on our website, Common App, and Coalition App. In addition to the application, we're also going to need a high school transcript and a personal statement. We are test optional, but students are welcome to submit test scores if they like. And then once we receive all of your application materials, you'll get a decision from us within 3 to 6 weeks. And then kind of the last thing I wanted to touch on, we know that the cost of college can be overwhelming, so every application that is read is automatically read for an academic-based scholarship. Some departments do offer additional aid based on, audition, portfolio review, interview, or athletic recruitment. And we also accept any aid you receive from the federal government by filing the FAFSA, as well as any outside scholarships and college savings plans. So we're scholarship stacking, so we definitely encourage, applying for as many local scholarships as you can find. And then lastly, I just wanted to plug that we are open for tours Monday through Friday. We just ask for, registration in advance so we can monitor capacity. And we also have some great virtual options coming up as well. So definitely check out our visit link. And then that is all my information. I'm the point of contact for anybody applying from Virginia. So looking forward to working with you.
Thank you very much, Florida Southern. Moving on to our next presenter, we have Tallahassee Community College. You're on mute there, Joe.
Thanks so much, Christopher. I'm sorry about that. Let me pull up my screen real quick. Thanks for your patience. Really appreciate it. I'm Joe Hurd. I'm a professor of math, college success, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College. We're in Tallahassee, Florida, the state capital of the third largest state in the country. Real quick, we are one of the top 10 community colleges right now and state colleges in the nation. We are in contention for the Aspen Prize, and the Aspen Prize is awarded for community college excellence based on 4 major tenets, including how we reach out to bridge gaps for our underserved students, and including our percentage of degree completion. We actually find out our status in May. Some of the benefits of attending Tallahassee Community College include affordability. Many students from throughout the world, and especially Florida and the metro area, come to TCC as part of the transfer agreements to the 2 schools I'm going to talk to you about in a few minutes. But even our out-of-state fees are a lot lower than what you would find with other colleges, our out-of-state fees. We have an open admissions policy. Classes are smaller. They're about 25 to 33. Some of the classes are, depending on the subject, are about 15 to 20. We have the personalized attention. Of course, you can see I'm here with you tonight. Our 2 recruiting specialists are working virtual fairs that coincided with this one. We offer 2-year specific degrees, including those in AA and AS jurisdictions, a fantastic nursing school. In addition, we trained quite a few of the state's firefighters and police at FIPSI, the Public Safety Institute that is tied to TCC. We also offer professional certifications that allow you to layer. And of course, we have transfer agreements that are available, as I mentioned a minute ago. The state of Florida has one of the nation's oldest and one of the most complete articulation agreement, whereby if you receive an AA or an AS at a Florida public college, you are guaranteed admission into the Florida public 4-year college Now, on the other hand, too, we have to put the caveat in that it may not be the program, you want to be in, but at least you're accepted. One of the main reasons why students come is because of our link to FAMU and to FSU. We are blessed in the state capital of about 200,000 people that we have 3 major colleges with over 100,000 students. TCC is the #1 transfer school to FSU, and we transfer to FSU alone over 10 times the number of grads. Tuition is very reasonable. And into the FAMU program, 60% of our transfer students, as you can see, have come through TCC originally, and we are also the #1 transfer school to FAMU. We are here for you. Resources abound, and this is one of the many reasons why I am privileged to teach here. We have on-campus and virtual resources, especially during these uncertain times of the pandemic, for all of our students, from the Talon market for those with food insecurity, to academic tutoring through our state award-winning Learning Commons, to our mental health counseling, career planning, you name it. We are here for you online and in person. Whatever support you need, we're going to be here with you. We also have the STEM Center. Notice some of our footnotes at the bottom. We are one of the state's and nation's top colleges for those that are currently serving in our military, and we thank you for all you do for families of military and for those who are retired military. I'm actually a director in the Honors College, and the honors students have their own honors lounge. We feature our well-equipped labs that come up with the latest technology. Excuse me. In addition, our college was just named the Engaged Campus of the Year amongst our state colleges in the state of Florida. Students are able to participate in more than 30 clubs and organizations. In addition to honors, I'm also involved with the Math Champions program, the Writing Champions program. I'm a retired Phi Theta Kappa advisor, and I run the All Florida competition. Students are involved. We've had very uncertain times, I know, in our world, but we still are offering 4 different modalities for students to be able to take classes. You can take classes face-to-face on campus in virtually every discipline, and we adhere to all CDC and all state and federal regulations regarding contact and face coverings. Leon County is a required face covering jurisdiction. We have TCC Live, which is synchronous learning using Zoom or an equivalent outreach platform. We have our traditional online classes, which allow you to complete from wherever you are and work in a self-paced environment, meeting predetermined deadlines. And we have hybrid, which is a mix. And hybrid was also in place before the pandemic. The good news is you can stay in Virginia if you need to for another semester or 2 and take your classes with the intent of coming down to Florida. We'd love to see you. Know that with that, I know that our 4 modalities will be in operation for summer, and they will definitely be in operation for fall of 2021. We've just started our registration. They probably will be in place for spring of 2022. On the right side of the screen are out-of-state tuition. The average cost is approximately $387 per credit hour. Our tuition is less than half the price of most universities' tuitions. And of course, these are out-of-state rates too, because many students have ties and are essentially Florida residents who may have relocated all throughout the world. If you want to apply for scholarships, and I encourage all my students to do so, you can go to tccfl.edu/scholarships. We award over $30 million annually in scholarships and grants, and looks like right now our average financial aid package is around $5,600. If you have, we would love to welcome you as an Eagle. Go ahead and explore and apply at go-to-tcc.com. We also have the TCC to FAMU program and TCC to FSU program, which are protected and ushered cohorts to get you through that transfer process. You can reach Ms. Helms at you see the email on the screen, and I'm HURDJ at the same extension. Christopher, thank you.
Thank you very much, Tallahassee Community College. Up next will be the College of Mount St. Vincent.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyler Margolis. I'm the Assistant Director for Admission at the College of Mount St. Vincent in Riverdale, New York. So just some quick fast facts to get us started. The College of Mount St. Vincent was founded in 1847 by the Sisters of Charity. We're a 70-acre gated campus that actually overlooks the Hudson River. If you saw that previous picture on my first slide, you could get a quick glimpse on that. As I mentioned, we're located in Riverdale, New York, which is actually only 12 miles away from Midtown Manhattan. So New York City, in the heart of New York City, is literally in your backyard. We're a relatively small school, only 1,800 total students, undergrad and graduate combined. We're ranked number 3 in upward social mobility, one of the most diverse colleges in the nation as well. We have over 50 different academic programs, 13 different dual degree programs as well. And as I mentioned, we're relatively small. So on average, classes are about 20 students. For every 13 students, there's one faculty member. So that leaves classes very tight, very personal. You'll know all your professors on a first name basis, which is extremely helpful for that up close and front attention. Some popular majors at Mount St. Vincent include nursing, biology, business, psychology, and sociology. Those are just 5 of our over 50 majors. We also have an honors program as well, which welcomes the top 10% of the incoming freshman class, top 5% of incoming nursing students. As I mentioned before, we have 13 different joint degree programs as well. What a joint degree program is you actually get your bachelor's degree at the College of Mount St. Vincent. And through our relationships with other universities, you could actually get your master's or PhD in a variety of specialties. While we are very proud of our in-class academics, a lot of our students get their experience outside of the classroom as well. We have a business trading and research center that has a live stock ticker circulating around the room. We have a simulated nursing lab as well, which has 30 different test dummies that all simulate real life experiences. These test dummies are really lifelike, so I think that's something that makes it really special to us. We also have a TV studio and radio station where students could record news programs, they can record radio shows, podcasts, pretty much everything within the media sector. We also have our Fischlinger Center for Public Policy Research, which students, as soon as freshman year, can actually get their hands dirty with some different types of research opportunities. Here's just a brief overview of some of our majors, and as the note says in the bottom, we have dozens more as well. So while our students get a very enriched experience inside the classroom, they also continue that experience outside of the classroom as well. We have over 40 different clubs and organizations spanning everywhere from dance to finance to sports, writing, you name it, we have a club for it. By the small chance that we don't have a club for your particular interest, no worries at all, because we're so small. All you have to do is get in touch with student affairs and create your own club as well. So that's another great thing about student activities on our campus. In addition to student activities, our students partake in a variety of different study abroad opportunities with the countries below and much more. In addition to that, our students can complete over 10,000 hours in community service. That could happen within the country. It could actually be part of your study abroad experience as well. In addition to our clubs and organizations, we have over 1,000 different internship and job opportunities. As I mentioned, we are in New York City, therefore the media capital of the world, the financial capital of the world, the medical capital of the world is literally in your backyard. So we've sent students on to internships with some of the largest companies in the world, such as ABC, ESPN, Atlantic Records. If you're interested in finance, we've sent students to the New York Stock Exchange, JP Morgan, and some large investment banks. And a lot of our science and medical students have gone on to get clinical experience and internship experience at New York Presbyterian Hospital, Mount Sinai Hospital, and some of the other largest hospitals in the world. Residential life, so we have 5 dorms on campus, and we're actually constructing a 6th dorm, Corazon C. Aquino Hall, that should be ready by the end of May. Students are selected students are assigned relatively randomly, but all freshmen are guaranteed housing. Outside of the classroom, we have 14 different Division III athletic teams, pretty much every sport aside from football for the most part. We have a fully renovated basketball gym, which you can see at the bottom, that also includes a fitness center. This is known as the Peter Sharp Center. You'll also see on the right, our soccer field and lacrosse field is actually right on the Hudson River. So that's actually one of my favorite spots on campus. Admission, so average GPA for students that get accepted is around an 85. We look at your core curriculum when evaluating your GPA. So we look at We look very closely at your math, science, English, language, and social studies classes. We did move to a test optional method this semester or this year. Students that did submit their SATs averaged around a 1050. Further information will go out whether we're keeping this model of being test optional for the upcoming admission cycle. We're also on the Common App, and we also have our own College of Mount St. Vincent app, which can be found on our website. Tuition. So tuition is $39,500 and room and board is $12,000. But it's extremely rare that students pay that full amount. And the reason for that is we have a number of different merit-based scholarships. Also, 100% of our students qualify for financial aid, an average around $9,000 in federal aid when they do apply for the FAFSA. As I mentioned, all of our students qualify for merit-based scholarships. So those are entirely based on GPA. So the higher GPA, the more money that you can earn in merit-based scholarships. And that could be as much as $27,500. We also have resident scholarships in addition to alumni grants. And we have 4 different premier program scholarships that are focused on community service, writing, culture, and science. Just some important dates. Our application becomes available August 1st. As I mentioned, we have our own application in the CMSB app. And just to finish off, I just will post my contact information on that last slide. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to let me know. And I really appreciate everyone's time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mount St. Vincent. Moving on to the second half of our presentations this evening. Up next, we have Randolph College.
Thank you so much, Christopher. My name is Claudia Jacobs, and I am part of the admission team here at Randolph College. Your 4 years of undergrad and college are all about you, and we here at Randolph want to be a part in helping you create and write that story. So as a 4-year residential campus, we're located centrally here in the heart of Lynchburg, Virginia. We have Amtrak, airport, and all of our students are allowed to have cars on campus all 4 years. So getting to and from your home will be super easy for you. But our students find that they're able to create a home away from home here on campus. They're surrounded by their friends, and food and class is only less than a 5-minute walk away. So there's tons of ways to get involved and get engaged. You're going to be one of us as a student at Randolph. Our student body averages about 600 students, which means that your class sizes are going to be small and your professors are really going to be able to get to know you, and you will get to engage with your education. They average at 13 in the classroom, and our professors are nationally ranked number 16 for their accessibility, which they really take to heart. You'll work with your professors as advisors to plan all of your semester schedules, hang out with them outside the classroom. They all live within walking distance of campus for the most part, so it's not uncommon to be invited over to their house for a cup of coffee or to see them around campus and stop and talk for a while, pet their dogs, meet their children. It's a really great community to be a part of here at Randolph. And there's endless possibilities for what you can choose to study. We are a liberal arts college at our core, like some of the other schools that you're hearing from today, but there are 30 different majors and 43 different minors for you to choose from. It's not uncommon for our students to double major or have a major and multiple minors. You can explore any of these topics I have listed on the screen, but we have 5 different pre-professional programs that will prepare you for law school, med school, or graduate school in some degree, as well as graduate programs that you can complete in just a year after you graduate with your bachelor's here from Randolph. And the coolest part about it is the way you're going to be taking these classes. We have completely restructured our semester, calling it Take 2, which means you will take 2 classes each 7 weeks and then repeat. Our semesters have basically been broken down into 2 7-week sessions, where each 7 weeks you focus on 2 different courses, take your exams, and then move on to the next session. And there's going to be no class on Wednesdays. This is designed with our professors' strengths in mind, but also your strengths as one of their students in the classroom. The retention rates have proven to be much higher when your brain isn't divided in many different ways for long periods of time. This is really exciting, and it will be starting in the fall semester of 2021. And we're eager to see how our students improve both in and outside the classroom, getting engaged with things. With the Take Two model, there's going to be more time for you to be a student outside of the classroom. And this is awesome because we encourage all of our students here at Randolph to be an original and to take advantage of all of the things that a small campus community offers to build your resume and develop your brand and just get out and do your thing with all your friends. Some of the ways that our students do that is by being a student athlete. About 50% of our student body are student athletes, and we compete in the Division III ODAC conference here in Virginia. It's very competitive, and we have 17 different teams, including esports, which has been really exciting during a pandemic because they've been able to compete virtually like normal, while some of our other teams have had to wait to get back on the field and the court. We also have a newly renovated athletic center that has been a centerpiece for our recruitment efforts, and we're really excited about in the future. Another way is that our students get to be an artist. Our campus is full of performance venues and creative spaces, and it's neat for students who maybe are majoring in chemistry but still want to perform and participate with theater, or that they get to put their creative skills to work in building sets, or even working in our on-campus Museum of Art, which is one of the longest running American art collections in the country. Getting that hands-on experience is really valuable to take to the next level, whether you are working in a museum or going to teach music of some sort or working with a theater department of some kind. And it's free entertainment for our students on campus, which they really take advantage of and enjoy. Getting involved on a small campus is really easy, and we encourage you to do it. We have over 50 different campus clubs and organizations for you to be a part of, and they're all student run and student organized. So if you have an idea for a new club, let's hear it and let's get it started. We welcome clubs and ideas of all kinds. You see some of the different things on campus that students are involved in with these pictures here. And then you get to be part of tradition. Here at Randolph, we have traditions that date back to our founding as a women's college in 1893. And these traditions help bring our campus a bit closer. One of my favorites is definitely Bow Tie Tuesday. Our students wear bow ties to dress like President Bateman. And the odds and evens traditions is pretty cool as well. We want you to get beyond the red brick wall and go engage in internships and study abroad. And with the local community here, we will provide you a $2,000 grant to help you do this. And so a little bit about becoming a Wildcat and joining the family. When you submit your application, you can do that through the Common App or the Randolph College app. And all we need is a completed application and your transcript. Next, we encourage you to file the FAFSA. 100% of our students receive some sort of financial aid, starting with merit-based scholarships, which go off of your GPA. We are test optional for the foreseeable future. File your FAFSA and talk with your admission counselor. We would love to hear from you and get you plugged in with things on campus, and we're open for visits. So come check us out sometime this spring or summer, or even next fall as you're making your decision. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Randolph College. Up next is WVU Potomac State.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cassie Weiss, and I'm an admissions counselor with WVU Potomac State College. I'm excited to tell you all about our campus this evening. To kick things off, let me welcome you into Kaiser, West Virginia, which is nestled in the Eastern Panhandle. We are just under a 3-hour drive from major cities like Washington, D.C., Baltimore, and Pittsburgh. As you can see, our compact campus is easily navigated and allows our students to reach everything they need in just a short walk. Our students live right in the heart of campus, surrounded by a family-like community where you can find your mentors and your friends with whom you'll develop relationships that last long after you graduate, and all of that at an affordable cost. Just to tell you a little bit more about who we are, We are part of WVU, meaning that we are part of the West Virginia University system. We're one of their 3 campuses. On our campus at Potomac State, you get the best of both worlds. You get the same hard-hitting curriculum that you would in Morgantown, but delivered in a much smaller setting. We offer really small but challenging classes with an average class size of about 22 students. We are considered one of the most affordable institutions in the country, and we are the home away from home for over 1,300 students in one of our 5 residence halls. We do have 12 different athletic teams that compete at the junior college or JUCO level. And the best part, it's completely free to apply, and we are completely test optional for admission. We offer a variety of degree programs. So we have over 60 different majors offered. We offer Associates of Applied Science degrees, which are 2-year degrees where you can graduate and go out and start your career right away. We also have Associates of Arts programs where you would complete your first 2 years here with us at Potomac State, and then move on to a university or college of your choosing to complete your final 2 years of your bachelor's degree. We do have 2 fully online associate's degree programs in general studies and business administration. And we do offer 6 different 4-year bachelor's degree programs where you can complete all 4 years right here with us in Kaiser, including our nursing BSN program, criminal justice, and sustainable agriculture entrepreneurship. So we all know that college can be challenging. You may need some help getting to where you want to be academically. Well, we have plenty of resources to help you along the way, including our Academic Success Center, which is located in the Mary F. Shipper Library, where all of our students can get tutoring for free. All you have to do is sign up for it, and we have professional tutors available in math, science, and English. All PSC students do also have access to the WVU online databases anywhere, anytime. So right at your fingertips, you can access hundreds of thousands of books, journals, scientific papers, whatever you need for your research project or your paper, you're going to be able to find it. And you also get a free download of Microsoft Office Suite. And thanks to our small, close-knit community, you're going to be able to find help with whatever you may need. Our librarians are really great at helping you navigate those databases. So now you're seeing our current rates for 2020-2021. As you can see, the total fees for 1 full year, which is 2 full semesters at Potomac State College, is just over $20,000. And that includes your room and your board or your meal plan. We do offer several financial aid options to help cover these fees, and almost every student qualifies for some form of financial aid. So let's take a look at scholarships. Our scholarship process mirrors that of Morgantown, and there are no separate scholarship applications necessary. That means once you've been admitted to Potomac State, you are automatically considered for a scholarship. On the right side of the screen, you see the award chart for our scholarships of distinction, which are awarded based both on GPA and ACT or SAT test scores. On the left side of the screen, you're seeing the table for our new Gopher scholarships, which will begin to be offered in fall of 2021. And those awards are based strictly on your GPA. No test scores are required. There are other forms of financial aid available, including grants, loans, and federal work study. You will have to submit a FAFSA or your free application for federal student aid in order to qualify for any of the federal aid programs. So I mentioned earlier that we have 5 different residence halls available on campus. We do have a couple of different living styles, including suite style living, where you have 2 double rooms connected in the center by a full bathroom. You have single rooms where you'd have your own room with a community style bathroom. And then traditional style living which is like what you see on the TV or in movies, where you have a double room and community style restrooms. All of our dorms have their own merits to them. It just depends on what you prefer, but they all have air conditioning. They all have laundry facilities. They all have Wi-Fi and cable, and several of them have their own fitness rooms in addition to our student rec center. So we all know that college isn't just about going to class. All of that's super important. You also want to make it your own and join your community. As I mentioned earlier, we have 12 different intercollegiate athletic teams that compete in Region 20 for the NJCAA. I heard a mention of esports earlier. Our esports team has been super popular as well. They were recently crowned the Big 12 Madden League champion. They represented WVU in that tournament. We do also offer over 30 student-run clubs and organizations. I mentioned the rec center. We have a gym in there. There's cardio equipment as well as a yoga studio, and we also have access to a lot of outdoor opportunities. So we rent out kayaks, mountain bikes, and tents to our students for free. And intramural sports are also available through the rec center. Everything from cornhole to flag football to ultimate frisbee. There's lots of ways for you to get out there and get involved in your community so that you can make friends on our campus. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. What do you need to get into WVU Potomac State College? First thing you need to do is to complete an application. You can find that at that PSC Apply website. It is completely free. Make sure that you select our campus, and there are no test scores required. The only other thing we need in addition to your application is your high school transcript. Non-West Virginia residents do need to have at least a 2.0 GPA for admission. We do have rolling admissions, meaning the sooner that we get your application and your transcripts, the sooner you get a decision from us. There are a lot of ways to connect with us virtually as well. You can see our visit options at the PSC Visit website. We do have in-person tours available now. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you very much, WVU Potomac State. And now we're going to move on to our final presenter for the evening, Dickinson College.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Rebecca Chernia. I'm an Associate Director of Admissions at Dickinson College, and I work with students from the northern part of Virginia. I hate to limit it to just northern VA, but then you could also see my colleague, Amy. She works with students from the southern part of the state, depending on where you are. So like I said, I'm with Dickinson College, which is a small liberal arts college located in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Carlisle is located about 30 minutes outside of Harrisburg, which, if you remember your state capitals, is the state capital of PA. We're about 2 hours away from the DC metro area and Philadelphia, and then a little over 3 hours away from New York City. So we're kind of nice triangulation between those East Coast metro areas. So it works really well for our students in that they can take advantage of the resources and opportunities in those cities, but they're a little bit outside the hustle and bustle. Carlisle itself is a small but vibrant town. It's home to about 20,000 people, and our college is situated right in the heart of that downtown. So we do have a very defined college campus. When you're walking around, like, it looks like the colleges in the movies. You've got the beautiful old limestone buildings, the mature trees, red Adirondack chairs scattered throughout the academic quad, but then you step right off of campus and you're in downtown Carlisle. So that's where you're going to find the locally owned shops and restaurants. You've got about 30 different restaurants within walking distance of campus, so you'll certainly not go hungry. You'll find the independent movie theater and then the town square that hosts the farmers market on Wednesdays. So our students can have and take advantage of the things happening on campus as well as the things happening off campus. Dickinson is a very old school. We were actually the first college created in the newly formed United States. We were formed 6 days after the signing of the Treaty of Paris, and that actually was intentional. Our origin story is that our founder, Benjamin Rush, was tasked with creating a new type of higher education to educate new leaders for this new country. So very lofty goal, but I think they found the right person in him. A lot of the things that he believed higher education should be, we very much hold on to today. So I always like to share Dickinson's commitment. It's pretty much just 4 bullet points. They are the 4 pillars on which a Dickinson education is founded. So for us, no matter what a student is studying, no matter what they want to do in life after graduation, we want to make sure they walk away being future focused, sustainable, engaged, and civic minded. As a liberal arts college, you will find our programs are very much in the liberal arts college vein. We now have 46 different majors. We just added, we're very excited, a new data analytics program. So we are one of very, very few liberal arts colleges in the country to offer a program like that. We have about 2,300 undergraduate students, no graduate students, and robust infrastructure to support those students. So you can see those by our numbers in the upper left-hand corner. Our average class size is around 14 students, and our student to faculty ratio is 8:1. So our classes are very collaborative. They are hands-on. If you like building relationships with your professors, that's kind of one of the hallmarks of a Dickinson education. Related to those other pillars that I mentioned previously, I always like to talk about global, because global means a few different things at Dickinson. You're going to find it in the diversity of the courses that we offer. You will find it in our foreign language requirement. This is also a little bit different. So we do take it quite seriously that we're educating global citizens. So all of our students, no matter what they're studying, need to get to at least the intermediate level of a secondary language. If you want to study something with international in the title, like international business and management, you're going to go even higher. So we do offer 13 different languages to choose from. We were actually the first college in the US to offer the study of modern languages at the collegiate level. So there is something something for everybody. Some students will continue to study what they studied in high school because they like the language, they're familiar with it, they're comfortable with it. Other students are like, I am so over high school French and I want to try my hand at Portuguese. You can absolutely take either path. We truly have no preference. And then of course, when people hear global, they will always think study abroad, which is really big for us as well, as you can tell by this percentage. 65% of our students do study abroad, which is heads and shoulders above the national average. We also have great percentages of science majors and student athletes studying abroad. And historically, those are very underrepresented populations in abroad programs. So student athletes study abroad at almost the same rate as non-athletes. And then our science major percentage has actually gone up since the slide was created, now at 57%, and I anticipate it will go even higher. And then sustainability is also something that we are quite known for. So if you're looking for cool schools, green schools, we're going to probably come up somewhere on that list. We are very excited that last year, something good to come out of 2020, we achieved our goal of becoming carbon neutral. And that's been something we've been working for I'd say a little over a decade. So it's definitely a very exciting accomplishment for us. I also just quickly want to touch a little bit on kind of the nuts and bolts about the admissions and financial aid process. So Dickinson does have a very holistic admissions process. The only way you can apply to us is through the Common App, and we will be looking at all elements of the Common App. So of course, college is an academic endeavor, so we will be paying attention to your transcript. We will look at the type of courses your school offered you, what you took advantage of, and how well you did in those courses. But we are also looking for community members. So we'll be paying attention to your essay, to your letters of recommendation, your extracurricular activities, all of those good things. And we're also a school that is able to meet 100% of demonstrated financial need. You just need to submit both the FAFSA and the CSS profile. I know there's plenty more I could talk about, so I look forward to answering your questions in the chat.
Thank you very much, Dickinson, and thank you to all of our panelists today for the great overviews of your institutions. We do have some time remaining, so while we wait to see if any questions come in, why don't we do a quick round of questions here ourselves? So if I could ask you to turn your video cameras back on and answer the following fairly open question. What's one thing you did not have time to present on that you'd like to quickly cover? Maybe your favorite event or tradition, a fun fact about your school, or some other piece of information. And we'll go in that same order, starting with Florida Southern.
Yeah, so I guess something that I didn't get to share was about the city of Lakeland itself. It really is kind of the best of all worlds. We're in between Tampa and Orlando, so we have theme parks on one side, beaches on the other, while still being far away from the extra tourist traffic. For out-of-state students, we've got major airports in both of those cities, and Lakeland itself is a really great city for new graduates. We're ranked very highly for students choosing to stay in the area. We're ranked very high for philanthropy, and it's just a very nice community. A lot of our students are, they love being a part of the Lakeland community as much as they love being a part of the Florida Southern community.
Hey, thank you. Tallahassee?
Great, thank you. A little bit of detail of our sports programs. We are National Women's Championship, NJCAA, a couple of years ago. We are going to be expanding in our sports program. We're looking to add volleyball and soccer, both men's and women's. One additional fast fact is that we in Tallahassee are the sister city to Philipsburg, St. Martin, Netherlands Antilles, the Dutch side. So if you matriculate, come down to see us here in Tallahassee, you'll be amongst at least 35 freshmen that matriculate annually.
Hey, thank you. Mount St. Vincent?
Yeah, so one fun fact is actually, we are New York City, but despite that, we actually maintain a pretty suburban type of campus environment. So because of that, a lot of we actually have filmed a number of different TV shows and movies actually on campus. Law and Order has actually filmed on campus. The movie Doubt, which was an Oscar-nominated movie with Meryl Streep, was filmed on campus. So I think that's it just kind of shows what's great about our campus. While New York City is in our backyard, we do have that much more traditional college campus that could do some really awesome things like film some movies and TV shows. So that's just a quick fun fact.
Great, thank you. Randolph?
Yeah, thanks. So my favorite tradition on campus is that our students are grouped into odds or evens, and there is a big competition between them all throughout the year. Whether you're an odd or an even depends on your graduation year, and there are special events that you get to go to, whether you're an odd or an even, and a lot of competition that includes some legal vandalism of things all across campus, which gets pretty competitive.
I like that. Legal vandalism. WVU Potomac State.
So something cool about us, since we are part of WVU, that means if you like to cheer on the Mountaineers, you do get reduced price tickets to basketball and football games, which I mean, both of those teams have done pretty well here recently. And who doesn't like singing country roads arm in arm with 60,000 of your closest friends? It's one of my favorite things to do after a big win.
Hey, thank you. And Dickinson.
Yeah, so I always like to share some of our notable alums. So going way back into the college's history, President James Buchanan is actually a Dickinson alum, but going more recent, more current. If you've ever been tempted by Justin's nut butters or those peanut butter cups at the checkout at Starbucks, Justin Gold is a Dickinson alum, and the current CEO of LL Bean is a Dickinson alum.
Great, thank you. Thank you to everyone for your additional insights. We certainly want to thank all of our attendees for joining us. Before we do close out this session, just a few quick housekeeping items. When you close this window, you will receive a very quick 4-question survey that we ask you to take a minute and complete. And again, there are 2 other blocks of sessions this evening, so please do sign up for those if you haven't already done so. About 1 week from today, a recording of this session will be available on that same registration website. But thank you again to everyone for joining us, and students, good luck in your college search. Have a great evening.